Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm just glad the corn one fits under a custard because I just had that rolling.
All right, we're live, peeps.
Good
Welcome
morning.
back, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been like almost a month since we had the opportunity to join you all, and looks like we got a few people hanging out in chat already. Hopefully, some more will be coming. Let's get some shout outs. We got Joey's out there. What's up, Joey? Nikki B, Raven Shadow, Buckeye.
Oh, Buckeye.
Raven Trucker, Josh Rhodes. What's up, Josh? What's up, brother? Let's see who else. I see Socrates out there. Beep beep. All right, everyone's popping in.
To get to the chat.
And and as you see, we brought in one of our good friends here. Brought in Shindo, the real MVP.
Hey, you buds.
Hey, Gareth is out there. Wade. So, everyone have a good week so far?
I was on vacation, so yeah, man, I had a really flipping good week. We lucked out, right? The weather, man, we had that warm front that came through on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Went to a little beach community down in Rehoboth, Delaware.
Oh, okay. That's where you were. I saw.
Yeah, 80-degree weather. It was great. I was on the beach. I'm like, on the beach in October. This is fantastic for me.
Well, the people that don't know, I spent 2 weeks out in Chicago helping out Mr. Elon Musk and getting his Teslas to where they needed to be.
Oh, did you actually get to go into one?
Oh, they're fun. That's all. That's what I do. I pick them up out of the rail yards or wherever and take them to the dealers. And that new Model 3 that has the 2700 battery pack in them.
Yep.
Oh my God, that car
quiet. Like you don't even know. They actually had to make it have sound.
Yes.
So that people could hear the car coming.
Yes.
Because people couldn't hear the car approaching. Like blind people that can't see.
Yeah.
From a safety standpoint, one of the doctors I work with, of course, he looked at one. He wants to buy one, and I'm like, really?
As far as high-end vehicles go, the Tesla Model 3 is a good buy. Base model, no extras, is $55.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that. So that's actually for a luxury car, that's approachable.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you can get them fully loaded with every possible extra and everything, get them closer to 80. But if you just want the base model, you can get it for 55. And if you smash on that accelerator, can't call it a fuel pedal because there's no fuel. You better be strapped in because that'll throw you into the back seat.
That's what he said. He was shocked. Shocked.
There's no transmission. It's all direct drive. As soon as you hit that accelerator, it's going right to the motor. And
yep.
The only thing, they're heavy. They are heavy because all the batteries.
Yeah.
They're 4,000 pounds curb weight.
Whoa.
36 or 4,000. Wow. Yeah. And they're smaller than a Honda Accord.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Lengthwise, they're smaller than a Honda Accord.
So I wonder what happens when you crash with all those batteries on board. I can't.
It's not good. Fire departments, because we were taking these, because every car that we were delivered, especially these Model 3s, people in them they put deposits on these cars 2 and 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were literally waiting at the dealership for the truck to show up. These people were so excited. It was a big hoopla at some of these places.
Wow.
Especially the one in St. Louis. There was guys down there unloading at 11 o'clock at night, and they had barbecue grills set up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
It was a party.
I saw that on the news. I was like, whoa.
I went to this one place in Highland Park, Illinois, north of Chicago. The fire department was there breaking balls because there was 400 Teslas in one spot, and they were not happy about it.
Yeah.
They wanted
I can't
it
imagine
gone.
If those things went up. I can't even imagine.
Well, they had an incident a couple of years ago. Some dude was flying down the road in Indianapolis. I don't know if he was getting chased by cops or just doing 100 and something miles an hour. Wipes out, hits a tree, gets himself killed. Well, they towed what was left of the vehicle to the junkyard. 4 days later, it caught fire again because the batteries started venting out and they didn't know how to put out the fire, and it took out the whole junkyard.
That's the problem. We've created all this stuff, and the whole idea of disposal and what do you do with it and how do you do it safely becomes a real issue.
Exactly.
I mean, you're helping from an energy standpoint, I guess, on one level, maybe fuel consumption, but you still have to charge it. So you still have to generate you're still using some source.
It takes a lot of energy to charge them. Tesla has their quick chargers. that you can go from completely dead to fully charged in 30 minutes. But
Really?
the home chargers, let's say if you have a 240 volt system in your house, it's 10 hours.
Wow. So is there any gas associated with this, or is
No,
it
it's
battery?
all electric.
Wow.
There's no option.
Wow.
Yeah, Chevy Man's saying that they're all lipos. No, they're actually lithium ion batteries. Chevy Man, they're all. Then battery packs are basically the same as the original. Like the Model S and the Model X are 18650 batteries.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they're 18650s.
Get out.
No, the Model 3, is this the affordable one?
Yes.
Okay.
They call it the long range because it actually has the equivalent of a 2700 cell in it.
Oh, wow. I thought originally they were supposed to be around 36.
There's another model coming out in the next couple of years that may be that low.
Oh,
He's trying to build another assembly plant in Nevada near where the mines are, where lithium mines are. But right now he's mining the lithium in Nevada, shipping it all the way to Buffalo, New York, having the batteries made, and then shipping them all the way back to Fremont, California.
Oh, wow.
Well, we got a couple more people popping in here. Yeah.
Vape Ross vape, Vape Ross vape, Vape Ross vape.
So this is why it's so hard to get my hands on those 2700s.
There you go. Mr. Tesla. Sucking them up.
They need them for the cars. Is that it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chevy Man's out there. Burgundy's out there. Ian Thomas, Karen Presley. What's up, Karen?
James Rivera.
Yeah,
How
Buick.
you doing,
What's up?
James?
Buick in the house. Talking
Nice
about
to
cars.
see you, buddy. Yeah.
You know, Chevy Man's out there.
James Capozzi.
Oh, Compose popped in. All right. Going through here. Michael Morris, welcome. Hey, see, now you guys are the core people. You know, we haven't did a show in a month and y'all
come back. Y'all come back.
That's right. Y'all come back.
Giving us a little love. Sending us a little love. Cool beans, man.
Yeah, I think Chevy Man asked you, Tammy, how you made out with the storm.
Yeah, I told him we had just tons of rain. And then one morning we did have a lot of wind and the trash can flew across the driveway. And that was about the extent.
Yeah, here my house was good. We only lost power for a few hours. Fortunately, it was back on in time for the Eagles game Thursday night.
Oh.
And but when I was at the barbershop, there was people there that saying they were trying to figure out where they're going to take showers because they still don't have power, and they're saying it's going to be Tuesday before they get power back. So
that's not bad for a hurricane. Sometimes it's out for months.
Yeah, well, here the infrastructure is pretty decent. I mean, you get into some of the more remote areas, they're going to be out for a while.
I don't live in a remote area, but because the infrastructure is all above ground and we have so many trees, it took them when we had Hurricane Sandy 4 weeks to get power back.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah. It's like here, most of this stuff's underground because a lot of newer housing developments. So that it helps.
Yeah.
The rough part's not having air conditioning.
Yes. Well, now it's 50 degrees outside.
No, it's fine.
It's beautiful today. As soon as that storm came through, everything cooled down finally.
Yeah.
I mean, it was below 90 in Columbia. I was like, oh, this is nice.
All right. So we got some custards to chat about.
Well, right off the bat, what is your all-time favorite custard right now? Concentrate.
Oh, that's easy, man. Look, that question, I hate when people ask that question for certain things, but for this one, it's easy. For me, it's custard premium across the board.
Okay, how about one that is more easily accessible?
Fresh is quick custard.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I call that the faux custard.
Yeah.
That to me is the acetyl propanol custard. My favorite custard, though, is always going to be the diacetyl custard, Cap Vanilla Custard V1.
Yeah, see, Mary Beth hates that. I knew I was waiting to see her cringe.
Eat it.
I like that custard as long as it's steep for like 8 weeks at least.
Yeah.
Mary
Beth, you know that custard, vanilla custard V1. There's like 8% of that in corn pudding.
Well, I don't know why, but I like it. So I'm just putting it out there for you. Is there really?
Yeah.
Bitch. But I don't usually I get like a really heavy, tight chest when something about it really aggravates me, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe mind over matter. I didn't know.
Custard premium doesn't bother you?
Let me check. I think there's actually 6%.
Now that I know when I vape it, I'm like, oh. Yeah, but still, there's Cap V1 in it. Wow, that's interesting. No, I can do the Custard Premium fine. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't have an answer for you. What about you, Frank? What's your custard?
And Cat V1 is up there on my list, but I started getting almost like not necessarily a peppery note, but something from the vanilla. I'm not quite sure, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It depends on the percentage I run it in.
It's a very fake vanilla. It's like a classic Capella vanilla, which none of the Capella vanillas really taste like vanilla.
No.
But I've learned to love that like fake flavor.
If you dress it up,
Yeah.
That's the thing too. But I like Anawaras. I like the regular flavor art custard with the citrus note in it. That has a place. You can use that in a lot of things, especially if you're going with a fruit custard, like a strawberry or something, because then you can use that citrus note to brighten up your strawberry or your blueberry or even a raspberry.
Inawares lately has become a little bit nutty for me for some reason.
Yeah, but I always thought that. I always thought there was
I always caught that, and it's a dry note too. If you go above 2%, you're going to get dryness out of it.
What about like TPA custard? What do you guys think about that?
It definitely has its place.
Yeah.
It's neutral, which can be useful.
Yep, exactly.
Same with Capella V2 custard. Like it's good. It's in a lot of commercial juices, but it needs a long ass steep.
Yes.
Oh, you think? Yeah, V2 does, but TPA custard I think is probably on the shorter end of steeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Which is another reason why I tend to like it.
And vanilla pudding, Flavora vanilla pudding turns into a nice custard, but it takes a long ass time for me. Like before that, it's good, but it's mostly just a vanilla. Like after a steep, though, it turns into a nice, thick, rich flavor.
So when you say steep, like what are you talking? Are you talking 4 weeks, or are you talking like 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm talking like a while.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like when you use it at 0.5 though. I'm talking when you use it at like 3%.
Yeah, you're using it like to create the custard. Like I gotcha.
Yeah, like I originally had that in that pistachio RY4 I made. I used Flavora vanilla pudding, and it was really good. It just took a long time.
Yep, exactly. And Flavora custard, no one really talks about, and not many people use it, but I like it. It's another one that's sort of neutral. I think it almost is like a panna cotta is kind of what I get out of it almost.
Yeah, Socrates just asked if any of us get a banana note out of premium custard.
No, I don't really get a banana note.
I haven't picked up any. And I've only used it a couple of times since Tammy sent it to me.
I will say that a lot of people don't use TFA vanilla custard because they just end up using vanilla swirl instead.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Absolutely 100%.
Raven Shadow asked about vape trains pudding base, about using that in place of a custard.
No, it's a bakery.
No.
Yeah, that's more of a baker note.
What you see a lot of people doing, just to go back with that Flavora vanilla pudding, is you'll see them add a little bit of a custard, depending on kind of where they want to go, and they'll add it to Flavora pudding. So it's kind of a takeoff of what I think Fresh did.
Mm-hmm.
But
which works brilliantly because that Flavora vanilla pudding is a DAP-free concentrate.
Yeah. Yep.
So when you add some DAP to it, it gets pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And you can use a lower amount, and you can have a shorter steep time than you might if you're looking for, but you're not going to get that full on egginess, I don't think.
No,
I've never gotten that from any combination.
No, which is fine. Like I mean,
for me,
technically a Bavarian cream is a custard, right?
Yes.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And that's not thickened with eggs, it's thickened with gelatin.
Yeah.
Tammy, what's your favorite? We left you out.
Oh, it's okay. It depends on the application, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, like the recipe I just did, I used an Aware custard, but I was using some granola. No, not granola. Oats.
The oats. Yeah, that was a great idea, by the way. So we'll get to your recipe in a little bit.
Yeah.
But
So
Anyway.
that custard really that's not
Yeah, we got
worked well with that application. So it really depends on the application. And like I do love recipes with vanilla custard V1, but like I said, I have to, when it's not steeped, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I cannot take it. The smell of it just like blah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flavor of Vienna cream. You know, if you don't let that steep, I get nail polish.
Well, yeah, that's definite. But when it hits that right moment that it's done, it is like butter. It's like butter. Yeah, it is just amazing, and I know it's killing me, and I think one week I had made 120 mil of whose was it? Somebody's custard, but it had like a shitload of that stuff in it of the V1. I can't even remember, like 8%. And it took me like 12 weeks to get it where I could even smell it right. And then once I started vaping that, I think I vaped 120 mils in 3 days. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. But it took a long time to get it to that magic point.
It's like when you're gonna mix with V1, you just make gallons of it and put it away. So like
right, exactly. So
because it's just that way.
But I've done that the Fresh 03 trick a couple of times. And I've used the banana custard. And I don't even know from Vape Train. And that's kind of, I don't know how custardy that is.
It's not. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't find it to be a custard. You get some custard notes after about 20 days. Same thing with the strawberry. I use those two in my recipe.
Yeah.
And I think of it more as a pudding, a thickener,
right,
than a custard flavor per se. You know what I mean?
Kind of in the US, if you think about it, our custards tend to be more pudding.
Yes.
Than say a custard in Europe. I mean, like my mom never made a custard. I'll just put it that way. She made pudding.
Yeah.
You know, so I think a lot of times people enjoy that more of a pudding taste than they do
probably
true eggy custard. But that's
probably
just so. I think it all depends on the applications. I'm not a really big TPA. I don't know, custard lover, but I have used warm custard from Vape Train a couple of times.
What about, has anyone used the Runyon custard?
Oh, that's delicious. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard of that. Was that Vape Trains?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Wonder Flavors.
It's Wonder Flavors. Yeah. It's like an RY4 with custard. A little bit of vanilla. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't even know that I call that a true custard either. It's more like a pudding type thing. Like it's not real eggy or anything.
Well, growing up, you had frozen custard. It was like soft serve ice cream you thought of. So when you think of custard, you always thought of like a cream or a pudding.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So like when you're creating a recipe, Tammy, how do you decide? Because I think this is something for a new mixer that I know it was challenging for me. Like, what custard do you want, right? And so when you're a new mixer, you don't necessarily want something to steep for weeks and months, right? So you're trying to get that custardy, thick goodness, creamy mouthfeel. Like, what would you recommend then?
You're asking me. For a brand new mixer, and you don't want to let it steep forever, I would give them Fresh 03's cheating custard. That's me. I would send them that way. Another quick steeper is Inawera custard. That's kind of a quick steeper. Oh my gosh, do you hear my dogs?
Yes, we do.
I just want some love.
Yeah, they hear the guys are home now, so they want out to go in there. So what about you, Mary Beth? What do you?
I don't know. Like, I think historically I would go Inaware and TPA, and I would add, a little something else to kind of bolster it.
Right.
I think lately I've been just doing the Fresh Show 3, and while I know it's not like a full on custard, it kind of meets what I need in most recipes. Like I'm going for, it kind of fills that need, and I'm pretty happy with that. And usually most people that are new are pretty happy with it too. You know, like it works for them. So, what about you, Shindo? What would you recommend?
I like good old Cap vanilla custard. I find it doesn't need to steep. Yeah, I can vape Cap VC V1 fresh. Maybe it's just becoming accustomed to it over time, but I love it.
No. So you think a new mixer would be okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I was.
Yeah, well, you're, Shindog, the MVP. That's how it works.
Yeah, we got a bunch more people popping in chat. We got KLR 420, got Al Ben. I saw Mitch Green out there, Emily Nikon's out there, and the legend himself, Mr. Addy Tooney, in the house.
The Godfather.
I'm
calling him the Godfather.
Yes, right.
Ooh, Addy sent me some
mixes. The capo de tutti capo.
And I am loving Addy's red apple tea. That is so good.
What's in it?
It's apple filling and red tea, and it's delicious.
See, I'm telling you, more and more, I'm leaning and preferring like 2 to 4 ingredient recipes of late. Like I don't know what it is, because I think the flavors that are coming out are really more complicated, and you don't really need to layer like you used to. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, I still find myself going down a rabbit hole, and by the time I'm done with the recipe, I look and there's like 8 or 9 flavors in it, and then I'm trying to figure out before I actually mix it. Okay, well, do I really need this in there? Do I really need that in there? Because I find that that's one of the mistakes I make as a mixer is I'll throw all this stuff in, and I look at it and it's like, well, do I really need, let's say if I do like my butterscotch RY4, do I really need, 3 different vanillas in there to smooth out the RY4? It's like, well, no, I can take this one out and maybe try a different version and keep that one in and take another one out. So, you can find yourself getting jammed up. So Nurse Vape's out there. What's up, Alicia?
Yeah.
Wade Nixon. I don't think I said hi to him.
There's definitely recipes that need a lot of ingredients, like the eggnog tobacco. You got to have at least 4 ingredients in that for it to be good.
Right, but you're not like layering 6, 7, 8, 9.
No.
That's why it's like 2 to 4. You can pretty much get with a lot of the flavors that are out there, a really good vape.
Yeah, I still need to do that apple filling with the eggnog. Was it 1.5 and 1/2?
And generally, the lower the amount of different concentrates you're using, the higher the potency you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which can be really useful when you're not going for something subtle and you want something like commercial tasting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because that's what I find if I'm mixing for a friend and they don't DIY, I try to make it taste more commercial because it's what they're used to.
Yeah, 100%.
And without trying to throw a bunch of sweetener in there and making them buy more coils, because most of my friends are using sub-ohm coils, so I try to make it as kind to them as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I have a friend who wants to try she tried my strawberry cheesecake. So I'm going to mix her up a 120 and take it into work because she's the one that actually got me started on vaping altogether. So
that's nice. That's nice of you. You should mix her up a gallon, Frank.
Well,
buy that.
I'd have to buy another gallon of VG then. Because she goes to a local shop up near where she lives and she buys their house juice and it's so inconsistent.
Yeah, I bet.
And she, I tried some of it and I'm like, yeah, this stuff's garbage. I mean, you're spending how much for it? It's like, no. I said, don't worry about it. So I'm going to give her that 120, give it to her, and I don't want nothing for it.
It's fun though. Like at the beginning, when I first started out, I remember I had to make recipes look appealing as far as the percentage of flavors, because people didn't know who I was. I was just some random dude, and the only way I could get them to try it is if I didn't use absurd amounts of flavors, or absurd percentages of flavors. So the recipe really had to look. What's that?
What's the highest percentage you ever did on a mix?
Oh God, probably one of those one shots at Chef's. I think one of them's like 22.5%.
Yeah, I believe it.
What do you mean when you say not to look absurd? Like, what's an appealing looking recipe? What do you mean?
Like, I remember that there were like a lot of I don't want to say elitists, but like a lot of really skeptical people if you use something like cheesecake graham crust at like 5%.
They thought that was too high.
Yeah. But now, luckily, I have people that will actually try my shit, so I can do stuff like 8% TPA VBIC. I can do fun, weird, wacky stuff and Frankenstein flavors, and people will just believe me, which is nice. Yeah, but I remember that used to be a big obstacle in mixing for me. I didn't get to like enjoy really like bending as much, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I think what happens is we lose sight of what we're trying to do sometimes, which is, unless you're mixing and trying to sell a recipe, that's another discussion. But for the average person, the point is, do what you want. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to try something at a higher percent, just because everyone else says, oh, no, you don't need to, do it. Like, do it. Like, that's the thing. That's what makes me crazy. And I think I'm seeing less of that, thank God, in the community. More, if you don't experiment, nothing new is going to come about. If you play within the boundaries of what's going on, how are you going to get innovation and find something new? I mean, people need to remember that. Oh, I don't know, Raven. Let me see. Raven Shadow says, do you think the Flavora elderflower would mix well with a blueberry custard? That slight floral note.
It's weird because elderflower goes really well with blueberry. It's just it's very hard to make it work in a vape.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll often overtake the blueberry. You need something like really strong, like bilberry, in there as well.
Yep, exactly.
To try to put it in its place and calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, I did a million elderflower blueberry mixes when I was trying to make the Rickening for Rick, and none of them ended up working out. I was really sad, but like the potential is definitely there. I couldn't execute.
It's very forward in the mix. It just comes out like way in the front, and then it just lingers. And so anything that's left over is what you're catching on the back end. It doesn't kind of sit there. It just kind of comes out at you. Yeah. So I don't know. The thing about it is, Raven, you got to try, right? Just because that's been our experience with it doesn't mean you might like a blueberry candy. And for whatever reason, it works,
Exactly. There's no law that says, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that. It's like, give it a shot. Mix it 5 or 10 mil of it and, play with it.
Yeah. Be brave. Be relentless. It's fun.
Like Wade Nixon, he says peach pie and cream at 10%, eggnog at 1.5%, and he loves it.
Yeah. And totally.
Well, that's one of the flavors too, not to get too far off the rails, but that Wonder Flavors peach pie and cream. I mean, I don't know what Frank does to some of his stuff, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's damn good.
I mean, that's a one shot by itself.
Yep.
Yeah. Elderflower is also tough because people who've had like Saint Germain are probably going to get it, and then people who haven't had Saint Germain are going to get like grandma's perfume from it.
Yeah.
It's tough to relate to for a lot of people.
I agree with you 100%, and that's why I liked it, and that's why I put it in the mix that I did, was because I had this elderflower pear martini, which was beautiful. It was just gorgeous. And I was like, oh, I want to recreate that. I think the mix came out pretty good, but you're absolutely right, Shindo. If you don't kind of get into that, then you're going to be like, oh, no. It's another one. Either you love it or you hate it. It's like corn. Either you love the corn or you hate the corn.
Yeah.
You're children of the corn or you're not. And I'm a child of the corn.
I had to use the concentrate just because it is the richest concentrate in existence, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, so it's fun. It's just fun, especially if you're someone who's like cream or custard blind. You're going to be able to get custard out of that corn.
Yeah.
Hands down, no doubt. 100% agree with you. So let's get into our mixes, man.
All right. Let's see which one we want to pull up first.
I'll be happy to go.
Okay.
Let's see. Of course, I don't have it pulled up because Mary Beth's never prepared. The story of my life. The story of my life.
I don't know if I am or not.
Yeah, because what I think is interesting here is, like, as we were talking in the beginning about the different custards and kind of where they sit on the, I don't know, on the what do you call it? Custard scale. So I didn't really want custard, but what I wanted was some of that texture in my cake. Here it is. Nope, is that it? Nope, that's not it.
Let me see if not. I think I might have it in queue. I could pull it up.
Here we go. I got it. Here we go. Yep. So I did a strawberry banana custard pound cake, and I kind of wanted to infuse that cake with heavy, kind of creamy factors. If you've ever had like a sour cream pound cake, that's kind of the idea that I was looking for, but I wanted to do it with custard. So I did, of course, a bazillion notes because that's just me. I used VT banana custard and strawberry custard. The custardness of these custards come out probably around 21 days, and it's not a lot. But the bright top notes of the flavor settle down. The banana settles down, the bright strawberry settles down, and you get more of the custard comes forward. I don't know why, but lately I've been using the Flavor West cake batter when I want to add like sweetness and creaminess and kind of a frosting kind of stuff to a bakery, and it just seems to kind of work. And I love holy vanilla, so I just used it. The base is the Flavoria pound cake, which is just a pretty good buttery cake. You get a little butter, you get cake, yellow cake, and it just kind of works in this application, obviously. And then the lemon cake I used to support the pound cake a little bit, but to get the lemon. So it was kind of a twofer. I wanted the lemon to kind of get that strawberry to sit on top a little bit. And the VT glazed strawberries is awesome. It's just like taking like strawberry syrup glazed and pour it on anything you want. And
it sounds nice. And
it kind of sits on top, and it kind of works that way. So you get kind of a sweet banana, thick, creamy cake on the inhale, and you get some of the brighter strawberry on the back end of this mix. That's kind of what I did.
I like it. It definitely looks like it's one's going to work out really nice.
It looks good.
I mean, anytime you throw a strawberry at anything, though, you know it's going to be good.
Well,
like that glazed strawberry, that's another one. Like I have so many in my wish list right now for vape train stuff. I mean, I could probably spend $200 just on vape train concentrates right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've really, I mean, I guess we're seeing like it's almost. I'm not sure if Theo's like bringing these out one by one, or we're just picking up on them because he came out with so many at one time that we're just picking through them and finding some really good concentrates out there.
There's a lot of good ones, and I have a lot, if not most, of what. And that's embarrassing to say. Of what's available at Chefs and
Bull City. Yeah.
And I was looking yesterday when I was trying to do a vape train recipe, and there is no good cinnamon. There was a cinnamon donut, but I couldn't find a cinnamon, like a cinnamon flavor.
Oh,
maybe I'm missing it. I'm missing it.
No, I think you're right, Tam. I don't think they have a real cinnamon forward.
Like all of these flavors, they don't have a cinnamon.
Don't they have something? Don't they have something like Baker's Touch? It's kind of like a mix, like
yeah, they have the Baker Spice, but it's kind of like
it's clovey.
It's clovey?
Yeah. It's not cinnamon. It's not. Yeah, so that's just something I picked up on yesterday. I'm like, wow, all of these flavors and I can't do cinnamon,
that's
and I don't want to add donut. So
do they have like a cinnamon pie filling? Like a cinnamon-based pie filling kind of thing? I don't think they do.
I see a lot of times you'll pull apple notes out of that though. If it's like an apple pie with to get the cinnamon, because that's what I'll use for to get a cinnamon note. Because most of the time if I'm using a cinnamon, I'm using it's in a bakery mix, so I'll throw caps swirl at it. Just because I don't have any specific that are just cinnamon flavors.
I'm fine with it though. Do we need another cinnamon?
Not really.
No. I mean,
there's
we
enough
really
of them
don't.
out there.
But you were trying to do an all vape train recipe. Is that what it was?
Yeah, just because we boosted off that, contest thing, and I was that was all. So it's not even a big deal. So I'll go next, unless you want to, Frank.
Oh, well, basically, I'm throwing up a basic one to show what new mixers can do as far as When we're trying to say, as far as custards go, let's see if I can pull this up. This one might okay. Because this one actually was one that Tommy Vapors sent to me, and he wanted me to give it a shot and give my thoughts on it. So I'm going to throw that up here. Where's it at? There we go. So basically, it's just a 3-flavor recipe. It's got Cat V1 at 6.5, Vienna cream, and vanilla cupcake, and called it a day. And after he says 10 days. I think it was best after 2 weeks, and it continues to be good. And it's just plain and simple. If you want to tank it, you go 80-20. If you want to drip it, go max VG, and you're done with it. I mean, it's easy.
And look who popped in, Mr. Tommy V.
Hey, Tommy V. He must have got the bat single.
Good timing.
Papa Tommy popping in. Hey, Tommy.
And what's cool with that is you could add to it like fruit or
exactly. This is like a good custard base.
Like that.
He wanted to do, because he loves Baptasia's Killer Custard, but he doesn't want the sweetener. So, and this does taste similar to Killer Custard.
Oh God, that is one of my biggest gripes with custards. Is I hate them when they have cap super sweet in them. It just makes them taste so off.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's what Baptasia is using. If they're using caps or using Flavor West sweetener, they're using like probably 2-3% whatever sweetener they're throwing in. But
I don't know. But I bought a juice not too long ago from the shop. It was the custard, and I can't vape it because of the sweetener in it. It's horrible.
Sweetener kills custards. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Anything bakery like
I can't vape anything much with sweetener really anymore.
Yeah, if you want to use a sweetener, use Flavor West salted caramel in a custard.
Yeah.
Or even cap cake batter can be kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, there's so many other things you can do besides killing your mix with throwing straight up sweetener in it.
So I'm curious, like what do you think the Vienna cream does in that mix? Did you mix it?
Frank? Yeah, I mixed it. I've been nursing it. I mixed the 30 ml just to try it. I probably went through maybe about half of it. But I think it gives it a little bit of a spicier note. Adds a little bit more to the V1.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to mix it and see. What do you think it does, Shindo? What do you think the Vienna cream does in that mix?
It probably adds dairy.
Yeah.
I mean, but Vienna cream is really like a pastry filling. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I get like a pretty solid ice cream out of it after like 3 days.
I do too. I agree with you. I'm kind of curious.
I don't remember the percentage, but it depends what percentage you use it at too, what it does.
Is that whose Vienna cream was that? Was that
Flavor Art?
Flavor Art? Okay.
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, Vienna cream.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. I'm gonna mix it up, even though it has caffeine.
He just sent me another recipe that I'm gonna mix up here in a little while, and it's a strawberry ice cream, and it looks really tasty.
Tommy, look at you go, boy!
Oh yeah. Got Sporky in the house. What's up, Giz?
Yeah. Vienna cream would be perfect in the strawberry ice cream too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Who hasn't gone? Let's see. Tammy hasn't gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to find share. There we go. Okay, no. Share. Okay, there we go. But it would help if I had it. Hold on. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, if not, I can pull it up for you because I have it queued up.
I have it right here. I'm slow. Okay, let me go back.
I'm giving a shout out to Mike Bapes. I got my topside in on a Sunday, delivered to my door. They actually rang the doorbell and handed me the package. I can't
believe you get your stuff on a Sunday.
I can't either.
I don't get anything on a
well,
Sunday.
I think if it's priority, like I think if
he sent it out priority.
Right. So I think, Tammy, if something's ordered priority, most towns will deliver on a Sunday.
Well, I'll get Amazon packages
Not
on
Atlanta.
Sunday.
Not in Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. But anyway, okay. So here is my custard. Actually, it's really good. I think it's really good.
I absolutely love this mix, Tammy. And I look, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
Sorry, I get all excited and I start talking.
Rhubarb. So it's interesting because I was trying to pick a rhubarb, and I flavor tested this rhubarb cuddle, and hadn't used it yet. And I really liked it. And what's cool about it is it has decadent vapors. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I have it written up here. So, because cream on glaze mixed in it. It's also kind of like a rhubarb with a custard. The rhubarb cuddle is. And so, okay, I used Inaware custard because that is a nice, and I used it at 2%. And it's a nice, easy custard, and it's a quicker steep than most custard. And so to help with the custard, make it a little bit creamier and a little bit more of a vanilla note, I added vanilla custard cheesecake from 101. And of course, this rhubarb cuddle added a little bit of a custard creamy note. But because I did it as it has a topping to it, and oat topping, I used the Wonder Flavor Super Concentrate Oats and Cream, which adds that oats flavor. And then I thought it needed a little help. So, and I just love honeycomb from Vape Train, so I chose that one. And I was reading Liam's notes on it, and he said at 1%, honeycomb will add that little bit of a caramel and just a little bit of crunchiness, texture that you need. So I'm like, that will help boost this oats that I need to top this off. So
let me ask, with vanilla custard cheesecake, you consider that more of a cheesecake or more of a custard? I use it more as a cheesecake myself.
Well, I used it low at 1%.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, in general, like when I think of that recipe, it's kind of like it could go either way depending on what your intention is for.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it definitely can be more cheesy, but with what I used it with the custard, and it has the custard in the rhubarb cuddle. I feel that vanilla custard part played more of the part that it needed to. And it also, with the cheesecake and that tartness of the rhubarb, it plays well with that.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like I'm doing puzzle pieces here. in my weird mind, I'm putting puzzle pieces together, and that it just kind of made sense to me, that it works. And it tastes, in my opinion, it tastes delicious.
It looks really good. Another where I have to go shopping.
So I gotta ask, this oats and cream cookie. So tell me about that. What like, have you ever done any single flavor testing on that? Have you had an opportunity?
Yeah, and I've used it in a couple of other recipes that I did with, and it's not really strong, and so I probably could have even bumped it up a little bit from 2%. Because it's not a really strong flavor, but it's a really nice. You get that oat taste, and it has a nice flavor to it, I think.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play around with it, and I like the application of it here. I was just curious, like, do you get oats, or does it need like a cereal, or does it need like
well, I kind of feel it does need a little boost. That's why I added that honeycomb to it.
Like I've been using. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In another application where I used it, I think I don't even remember, either granola or...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, granola.
Something like that. But I wanted to be a little bit more funky today because I love honeycomb.
Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant idea. I really like it. It'll give you those toasty kind of caramelized a little bit, with a little bit of chocolate, which...
And that texture.
At least I get a little chocolate out of the honeycomb. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that recipe. How is the rhubarb in that? Is that like real bright, real sweet? Like, is it like cooked, stewed, or? Like, how does the rhubarb come out of that in that mix?
It's a nice, sweet, tart rhubarb.
Okay, cool, man. Awesome.
It's not like in Awara's rhubarb, which I do like that, but it's very overpowering. Like it can overpower in just a little bit. But it's a very nice, subtle rhubarb, but it's sweet and tart. I would say it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, the Wonder flavor is sweet and sour. They have sweet and sour rhubarb, which is pretty darn bright. It's very definitely sweet, very bright. I wouldn't call it overly cooked, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would work really well with like a strawberry, like in the strawberry rhubarb pie. But I don't know how it would work with creams. I have to mix it up and see.
Right. That's what I was thinking of that one, and I'm like, that would not work
Custard
at all.
Yeah. In a cream or a custard. I don't think so either, Tammy.
I could see, because I saw it more as like it would work in what is the name of that thing I want to make? Oh my gosh, the biscuit thing I want to make. Scone. I can see it working.
Oh yeah.
In a scone because it has that almost like a candy-ish kind of taste.
Completely.
And that's what's in, they're kind of like stuck in a scone when you cook something in it. So that's what I was envisioning for that.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a cranberry, but like a little bit brighter than a cranberry, I think maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to go neck to neck and see. But definitely, my first thought was candy or a drink or a cocktail. But then again, I always think cocktail, so.
You're getting a reputation there.
I know. I'm just a wine drinker, really.
Me too.
Anyway,
down here you get some real.
Oh my gosh, your mind is weird, Tam from Spork Life. It is, and I'm sorry.
Is that what he thinks?
Yeah.
I think coming from Spork, that's probably
a compliment.
Yeah. It is, and I'm sorry. I get told that all the time from my significant other. I'm weird. Even my children call me weird.
Yeah, Raven says peach and rhubarb go together nice. I think you're right. I think like a peach and strawberry and rhubarb, a pie. I think that could be good.
And I went back to good old corn.
It always comes back to corn. You got something you want to put up there, Shindo?
Yeah, you could put up the one I put in chat earlier. I've vaped through like 2/3 of that in like a couple days of a 60 mil.
Oh my gosh, and no steep. Wow. See, yeah. I'm looking at that going, I'm going to have to steep that because of the vanilla custard. Hold on. Let me look at that.
Nope. I don't even give a shit. It's delicious.
You snatching it up, Mary? You want me
I got it. Okay. I got it. Yep. There you go, Shindo.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one on ELR later.
You want to tell them about it?
It's basically just caramel for sweetness and a little bit of a caramel note. Flavor art corn because it's absurdly rich and delicious, and it can tame vanilla. It can tame cap vanilla custard from needing to steep too much. Cap vanilla custard because it's thick. It's a really nice back note foundation, and then Jamaica Special actually just enhances the caramel.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I definitely get that out of Jamaica Special.
So now I got to mix up Tommy's, and I got to mix this up. And maybe my faith will be restored in Cap V1. We'll see. We will see.
They don't carry flavor art corn in Bull City, do they? Nope.
No, sir.
Where did I get it?
I must have got it. Chefs?
I must have got it at Chef's then. Oh no, you know what?
Definitely have it at Chef's.
I got it at DIY Vapor Supply, but I don't know if
they might still have it at DIY Vapor Supply. You would have to look.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up right now.
Alfred Pudding says they don't have it anywhere, so.
Yeah. Emily's saying that's a few weaker. That's a few weaker.
Well, Emily doesn't know what she's fucking talking about.
I'm like Emily. I'm like that's gotta sit a while for me. I'm like That's gotta sit a minute.
Yeah, well, this is a guy who just basically takes cap one and pours it in his coffee in the morning. So
Yeah. He just drinks it right
Actually, I use this for that.
Which one is that?
Butter pecan.
Yeah.
Flavor West.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Yep.
It's perfect for coffee.
I love that stuff.
Yep. So there was a mix I wanted to share. It was a Mr. Alfred's Pudding's Pudding, which I thought looked pretty good too.
His namesake.
Yeah, his namesake. But the reason why I just wanted to show this is because I think it's a good example of using custard with the Flavora vanilla pudding, which is what we were talking about before. You know, we were kind of talking about how there's like, I don't know if you want to call them cheater codes, but just another approach. Where is it? I think that's it. Yep. All right. So he gives us a story at top. And he said he was trying various vanilla flavoring in Aware Shisha, TPA Vanilla Swirl, FA Madagascar, and he was not happy with the results. So he wanted to use a little depth to the vanilla from the Flavora Vanilla Pudding, and he ended up with FA Bourbon Vanilla. So just so people know, yeah, that's not really the cocktail bourbon. You're using it, if you're going to use it, you're using it for that sort of darker flavor, that kind of vanilla flavor that kind of sinks in, right? But he used Inawera custard at 0.75 with the vanilla pudding at 3.5, which I love that combination. I think that's a good combination. And then the other thing I like that he did, I know either people love it or hate it, but I love Flavora sweet coconut. And so I was like very happy to see that. And then of course my other favorite vape train flavor, which is golden syrup.
Yes, I love that flavor now. I finally used it in a mix. I'm like, oh, why haven't I used this earlier?
Yep. Yeah, because it adds body and sweetness, and it's not overly sweet or fake sweet. You know, I can see where this could really work really nicely. So I was really impressed with this, and just wanted to.
Of course, the only flavor I don't have is the sweet coconut.
Give it a little love. Yeah.
And that sweet coconut, there's nothing you can use to sub that out either. You need to use that flavor.
You don't have sweet coconut, Frank?
No, I didn't get that one. I have to get it.
Oh my gosh.
It's another one on my list. I've been buying hardware lately. I got to buy more concentrates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome. Looks right up my alley.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. It looked really good. I was impressed. Anyway, anybody got anything else they want to share? Share with the class.
Here's let me pull it up. I've shared this one before, but you can see where I used Inawera custard in it. This is the original. Let me see if I can find it again. That was a couple months ago. I got to go through a couple pages. I didn't have it ready. I'm going to go further back than that. Yeah, way too much shit on my ELR. Oh, there it is. Or is it the other one? Oh, no, it's in this one. Okay. I'm going to share this.
No, Cesare, that's not good news. That's terrible news.
What's this?
I'm not supposed to spend money for a while.
Black Friday's around the corner.
That's right. Now, this is one I did for that Fresh actually mixed, and Giz has had this one. You know, it's a basic Stronana custard where I used Inawera custard. And originally I had it a little, Inawera custard a little higher, and I had to bring it down because it had the dryness to it. Well, this one was, pretty straightforward. Wonder flavor is banana puree. It's my favorite banana cream flavor. I mean, you can still use TPA and get similar results, but I wanted to take everything away from, basically strip down Ken Aware's original Stronana custard and recreate it. So I didn't want to use anything that was in that. So that's why you have the Inawera custard at 2, vanilla ice cream at 2, the vanilla flavor vanilla pudding at 1.5, because I was really trying to pull that vanilla note in there to go with the Stronana, with the Madagascar, which there you could either use that or vanilla bourbon, probably either one. probably 6 one, half dozen the other there. What notices? I mean, what differences do you get between the bourbon and the Madagascar?
I actually only own the bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Tammy? You have the Madagascar?
Yeah, I have them both. I can't tell. I have to look it up in my notes. I can't tell you off the top of my head right now.
All right.
I apologize.
No,
There's
that's
whole write up. If you go look it up on ELR, there's
the
Head in the
notes
Clouds notes like everywhere telling you the difference.
Yeah.
Once more.
Yeah.
There you go. Scroll down and go to notes.
I was gonna say I stopped using a lot of my vanillas after Flavora came out with theirs. I really like those for personal use.
Scroll down.
Oh, Laura's right there. Good vanilla, heavy and sweet, like inhaling vanilla sugar.
Go on. You should be able to find. Hold on, right there, right there. Hicks notes.
Which one?
Vanilla Classic.
Okay. Yep.
Madagascar, Vanilla Tahiti, and Vanilla Bourbon. There's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 2.
I know the Tahiti one, I think, is the one used most commonly in commercial mixes. Like they use it in what's it called? Golden State Vapors, like Bananas Foster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's saying use it for fruits. And then Vanilla Classic snack foods. Okay.
And then
a bolder vanilla is the vanilla bourbon.
Okay. There we go.
Interesting.
Definitely. I'll stop sharing this. Because Mary Beth having connection issues. She'll probably be back. Yeah. Emily says the bourbon's a little deep. Yeah, a little deeper vanilla. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's the one that I own is the bourbon. Which is the one I probably use quite a bit. Yep. Or I used to use before they came out with the Flavora Vanilla Bean and Smooth Vanilla.
I have the Flavora Vanilla Bean now. I got that after I made that recipe. So yeah, that one's probably one I use. That one and the bourbon one are the 2 I use the most.
When I first started mixing, I believe everyone, like it was a huge trend, was using Shisha Vanilla by Inawera and Holy Vanilla. Which I'm not too big of a fan of. I find them both to be quite waxy. Like Shisha Vanilla almost reads like vanilla frosting to me.
Yeah,
I got that one.
But what's nice about it, though, I use it when I want to add a little more body to something. I want like a top kind of vanilla note that I want to add more volume or body to a mix. That's why I like it, and that's when I tend to use it. Like vanilla bourbon has that, but it's a deeper note. So it's going to sit inside that mix. It's going to kind of infuse that vanilla. At least that's been my experience with it. Yeah. So I don't mind that little bit of a waxy note. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it has its uses. I think Rick used it in Terror Hawk because it kind of muted out the jasmine a little bit and made it thicker and waxier. Yep.
It's exactly it. Like Vanilla Bean, I don't find has that much of a body to it, and it is a lighter topper note. At least that's kind of what I get from it, and I like that. Like you notice it. It doesn't kind of get sucked into a mix.
And I wish they would not call Holy Vanilla because it's not Holy Vanilla. It's Holy something else. Like,
yeah.
I like what Cesare says. They're using Smooth Vanilla in a pod system.
Yeah. It's about the only vanilla that I can taste in a pod system.
Because it's strong enough, yeah.
And then you throw mint at it and you're good.
It's so weird too, because you use it low and it's like it's thick, it's vanilla, it's really well done, and then you use it higher and you get almond out of it.
Oh really? I've never. How high do you get the almond out of it?
Probably around like 1.5%, which is too high for that flavor, to be honest.
Yeah, completely agreed. Yeah.
But down low, it's beautiful vanilla.
It is beautiful. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was cooking chili, man.
Nice.
It's football Sunday. You got to make the chili.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was finally football weather here now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got my fleece on. I got these losers.
They have a better record than the Giants right now. So
Yeah, that's saying something, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. So.
What? What
Yeah.
What the mess?
mess?
My dad's a Giants fan, so it's in the family.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
At some point, you could have made a choice.
It's like MS. It's hereditary.
Oh, jeez.
Of course, he went there.
Oh God, a friend of mine just asked if he wanted to go to Little Falls, New Jersey. Where would you recommend staying? I'm going to say New York.
Go right over the bridge, the Tappan Zee, and just stay right there.
I'm trying to Little Falls. I'm thinking Little Ferry. Little Ferry's nasty. I'm trying Little Falls. I'd have to look it up.
Be like, just say Google, dude.
Yeah, exactly. TripAdvisor.
Right. It's not hard. That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're up against it. So let's get on out of here. Let everyone say their outros. He had no show next week, but we will be back on the 28th. Next week, I have a wedding to go to up in Jersey myself. So, and possibly go to the Eagles game next Sunday.
Oh, look at you.
Good for you.
We'll just have to make sure we put something on the vehicle since we have North Carolina tags. This way, the vehicle's still there, and not a burned out shell when we get back to the car.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Tammy, where can everybody find you?
I'm Tam Vapes on ELR and all the flavors, and I hang out. I'm an admin at DIY Down Under, so you can catch me there. You can catch me here, wherever you. And I'm on Instagram as Tam Vapes. I don't really post a lot though. I just kind of go like everybody else's stuff.
Yeah, I just copy and share.
Yeah, so that's me.
All right, Mayor, you're up.
Yeah, you can find me MechModRN on Instagram and all the flavors and ELR, and check out DIY Down Under. There's a webpage. They've got Pippa has done some nice reworking of the website. There's a contest going on, all vape train flavors. So you can check out the rules on that. If you haven't seen the good Flavora challenge that's going on right now to the end of October, you can find that if you go on Instagram and just put in Flavora. If you're a mixer, you have the opportunity to win their full line, which I think is flipping amazing. The Flavora recipe book is out. It's on their website. Go check that out. There's some really amazing mixes in there, and it kind of helps you and see how flavors are being used and the creativity of the community that's out there. And a lot of people you probably know, so that's kind of really cool. And that's about it for me. Back to you, Frank.
All right. Shindo, the real MVP. Where can everybody find you? Pimp out your one shots over there at Chef's.
Yeah, I do have one shots at chefsflavors.co.uk, but my all the flavors account is Shindo, and my ELR is also Shindo. And I just want to say I love you, chat. You're the real MVP, chat.
Big love.
Yeah, glad to see everybody come back after almost a month break.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad to see this show up because I love this show.
Aw,
appreciate you.
Oh, thanks. We love you too, Shindog.
Anyway, I hope everyone has a nice, relaxing Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I don't have to stress to the Eagles since they already played on Thursday, so I'm good. I just got to worry about my fantasy teams. I'm on a 2-game losing streak in both of my leagues. Started off 3-0.
Ooh.
Yeah, it happens. I'll go on a good run, then it'll be a shit show for like a month, and then just enough to not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Redskins or the Jets. They do that up and down. Up and down. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
If you get a chance, if you're looking for a topside, hit thatjuice.com. He's got them in stock, all the colors. So go ahead and hit that. If you're looking for some commercial liquid, get yourself some Buster from BMF Labs. Bad Motor Fogger e-liquid. Check them out, bmflabs.com. They got that one. They got their vanilla, which is their redemption. This stuff's really good. It's a good vanilla bean.
See that label? Hello.
Oh, yeah. Black Label Redemption Reserve. On the advocacy front, it's been, I wouldn't say quiet, but it's not been as chaotic. If you didn't get a chance, check out Grim Green's 510 report, and he talks about the CBS Sunday morning story from last week.
Go watch it. Go watch that. If you have not watched it, I think
there's a link in the description of that video for that show.
It's worth watching. I think it was probably one of the better presentations and discussions that I've seen, at least come out in American mainstream media.
Yeah, so, it was fair. Yep. It wasn't positive on either side. It was good, fair, unbiased, down right down the middle. Gave a lot of facts. All right, guys. Like I said, no show next week. Be back in 2 weeks for our Halloween special. Figure out what kind of spooky mixes we're going to come up with.
Spooky.
Yeah, scary.
Right. Peace out, peoples.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you on the next go around. Have a good week. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Peace out.
And we're